Hello, everyone. This is OTechTalks Podcast with Kashif Manzoor, and today is our second session. The podcast will be covering different Oracle technology products, tools, and tips, real life examples, and a lot of more stuff on Oracle, which we are doing in our day to day professional life. The idea is just to share and learn with community folks. In today's session, we are going to cover application tier, the apps node of Oracle eBusiness Suite, and what is the technical details within eBusiness Suite. In our first session, we have already discussed about the client, like the desktop tier, and then Forms client applet and desktop Java client required to access eBusiness Suite. The objective behind is to do an attempt for a new beginners to give them all basic architecture knowledge about eBusiness Suite. In today's session, we will be covering what is the role of application tier in eBusiness Suite, including Oracle Web and Forms services within eBusiness Suite. What is concurrent processing or a concurrent manager? We will discuss in high level. The detail we will be discussing in a separate session, as it is one of very important component of application tier and we should have very detailed understanding about this. Third, how to do application tier administration, and then tricks of the trade, the secret behind any based on experience, and the last will be call to action items for our today's session. Let's go over to application tier, which we used to call a node, application node, or a middle tier within the Oracle eBusiness Suite architecture. So there are two characteristics of this node. Number one, hosting the various servers and service groups that processes the business logic, like HTTP services, Java services, Forms services, and concurrent processing server. Number two, managing communication between the desktop tier and the database tier. These broadly we can say these are two events behind the eBusiness Suite application tier. Now we will review web services. The web services component of Oracle Application Server process requests received over the network from the desktop client and include the following major components: Web Listener, Oracle HTTP Server powered by Apache, then Java Servlet Engine, Oracle WebLogic Server, WLS. Now the next question is how both these works, Web Listener and Java Servlet Engine. The Web Listener component of the Oracle HTTP server accepts incoming HTTP requests for particular URLs from client browsers, like from the end user's computer, and routes these requests through WLS. If possible, sometime the web server services the request itself, for example, by returning the HTML to construct a simple web page if the page referenced by the URL needs advanced processing. The listener passes the request onto the servlet engine, which contacts the database server as needed. Now we will discuss the next topic is on the Forms services. Forms services. By default, Forms services in Oracle Business Suite release 12.2 are provided by the Forms Listener servlet, and this facilitates the use of firewall, load balancing, proxies, and other networking options which we are using in our architecture. Now you can understand that Forms services in Oracle Business Suite in release 12.2 are provided by the Forms Listener servlet. Now let's understand what is this Forms Listener servlet. Forms Listener servlet architecture is a Java servlet that delivers the ability to run Oracle Forms applications to over HTTP or HTTPS connections. It hosts the Oracle Business Suite Forms and associated runtime engine. And basically it's mediate the communication between desktop client and the Oracle database server, displaying client screens and initiating changes in the database according to the user action. So whatever the user on the eBusiness Suite Forms will do any actions, so these communicates back with the application. The forms listener servlet caches data and provides it to the client as needed. For example, when scrolling through multiple order lines that exceed the limitations of a single screen. The forms listener servlet communicates with the Oracle database server using the Oracle networking infrastructure. So with the Oracle eBusiness Suite apps node, it delivers the with the HTTP and HTTPS connections. And on the Oracle database side, it will use the Oracle networking infrastructure. Java APIs for forms or XML document based integration. You are aware about that there are Java APIs are being used in forms. So Java APIs forms are XML document based integration points wrapped in a Java classes. So these are basically clubbed in a Java classes and used to execute business logic in Oracle forms. These specialized Java classes are categorized as a subtype of Java interface and can be service enabled through provided SOA. This was the basic concept behind the Oracle application tier. Now, with the release of eBusiness 12.2 version, web and form services are provided by application server and Oracle Fusion middleware. So there is some change in with the new version. So how it is going to impact in release 12.2 and what are the difference that we will review right away. Oracle eBusiness Suite release 12.2 uses two application tier Oracle homes. So this is one of the key differentiator in the new architecture. One, an Oracle AS application server 10.1.2 Oracle home that was used in previous 12.x releases. Number two, an Oracle Fusion middleware FMW Oracle home that supports Oracle WebLogic Server WLS and supersedes the Java Oracle AS 10.1.3 Oracle home that was used in previous releases. The use of these two Oracle homes enables Oracle eBusiness Suite to give us new features like the new Oracle eBusiness Suite modules packaged in the file forms app.ar are deployed out of the Oracle AS 10.1.2 Oracle home, and the FRM web executable is also invoked out of this Oracle home. All major services are started out of the Fusion middleware Oracle home. Major changes from earlier release includes the Oracle Application Server 10.1.2 Oracle home, sometimes we used to refer as Tools C or Developer Oracle home, replaces the 8.0.6 Oracle home provided by Oracle 9i Application Server 1.0.2.2.2 in our release 11i. So this is one of the changes this done. The FMW Oracle home, sometimes we used to refer as Web or Java Oracle home, replaces the Oracle Application Server AS 10.1.3 based Oracle home used in Oracle eBusiness Suite release 12.x prior to basically 12.2. Now we have understood the changes from release 12x to 12.2. Now we will quickly go through with the concurrent processing server. End user is accessing Oracle eBusiness Suite data via HTML based applications or the more traditional forms based applications which we were used to be as a purchase order main form or in any payables main form. However, there are also reporting programs or a data updating program that need to run either periodically or on a ad hoc basis based on users' requirement. These programs, which run in background while users continue to work on other tasks, are run using the concurrent processing architecture. Concurrent processing is an Oracle eBusiness feature that allows these non-interactive and potentially long-running functions to be executed efficiently alongside interactive operations. So the interactive operations are when the user is accessing any Oracle form and he is entering data on the form. And non-interactive functions which we use to run Oracle reports in a background process. It uses operating system facilities to enable background scheduling of data or resource intensive jobs, where the resources are required more, via a set of programs and forms. To ensure that resource-intensive concurrent processing operations do not interfere with the interactive operations, these are run by a specialized component which we called as Concurrent Processing Server. The server is located on the Oracle eBusiness Suite application tier and implemented via the Batch Processing Services service group. Processes that run on the concurrent processing server are called concurrent requests, which the user is submitting any report he wanted, which we call as concurrent request. And this is being run by the concurrent processing server. When we submit any request, either through HTML based or forms based application, a row is inserted into a database table specifying the program to be run. And a concurrent manager then reads this applicable request ID from the table and then starts the associated concurrent programs. We will have a separate session for further detail on concurrent programs and concurrent processing server, because there's a lot to understand about this and very important topic as a part of eBusiness Suite architecture. Now, another area on the application tier is for two major tasks. That's applying any patches on Oracle eBusiness Suite file. So in general, Oracle eBusiness Suite patches consist of files and scripts that updates the file system and database objects. So any patch will do to update the file system and database objects. In the release 12.2, a single unified driver file combines the features of old, copy, database, and generate driver files used in earlier versions. So earlier we were using 3 different files. So now in release 12.2, we got one single unified driver file. We can use the Adobe utility to perform these updates. And this utility may also be used. We can also use to accumulate patches such as mini packs and maintenance packs. Some features of eBusiness Suite requires updates to the tables and schemas they use if we are using during the eBusiness Suite administration. For that, Oracle has provided the AD administration utility, which we used to call as AD admin. So AD admin enables us to carry out this and various other file and database maintenance tasks. We will go through in detail during our separate session on AD admin, because this is also very important concept-wise session. Now, the important trick of the trade for this session is when we are doing a implementation for Oracle eBusiness Suite, it is usually recommended to avoid using different platforms operating system on application tier, because this will enable maintenance easier, because we can install only one set of patches we need to install and download and install on the application tier. With this, we are done with the session, and let's summarize what we have covered today. Role of application tier in EBS, including web services and forms services and how these works within each other. Quick understanding of concurrent processing. Application tier administration utility like patches through Adobe and AD admin. Thank you very much for listening to today's podcast, and I would like to welcome you. Join us on OTechTalks.tv. Thank you very much.